Hey everyone, Luke here. Now, before I talk about the chapter this week, just want to say one very quick thing. Go and check out our long form stream that we did over the weekend, talking about milking franchises and how some of them don't need to be milked, while others we could do with some more stuff from them. But yeah, that's all I'd say. Not really much to go off here, so we'll just dive right into the chapter. Although the milking of franchises, yeah, that'll come into play at a certain point in this chapter. Alright, so this will be chapter 163, titled Wedding Anniversary Wars, and yeah, when I first read that title, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this didn't click to me last week that it had not only been 1 year since the beginning of the series, but it had also been that it's also Taiyo and Mutsumi's unofficial first wedding anniversary, because remember last time they said, like, okay, yeah, you'll recognise as a married couple by the Yozakura family, but not by the general public, so hopefully, does this mean we're going to get like 2 forms of wedding anniversaries now? We're going to get the one that is the first one of unofficial. Is it going to be like the Queen's birthday when you have like the Queen? Well, I guess the King's birthday now, considering we have King Charles. Is it going to be like his birthday where it's like, okay, he has one for the public and then one for himself? Is it going to be like that? Who knows? But yeah, it's been 1 year since Tao and Mutsumi had been married, and we start off the chapter with everyone just like celebrating, like, yay, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary, Taiyo Mutsumi, as we have Goliath and Ayaka, 3 characters who desperately need more spotlight in this year. Like, they're the 3 members of the Yozakura family that have had the least amount of spotlight compared to the other ones, so they really need some focus. Well, I guess Ayaka's unofficial member. I mean, I kind of a member, but whatever, they need more focus. So yeah, it's nice that they actually get the opening of the chapter. So they're just like, happy first anniversary, Mutsumi and Taiyo, and congratulations you two. And yeah, I love the fact that Ayaka is not actually trying to kill Taiyo in this situation like she was doing when she was first became the maid of the Yozakura family. But yeah, we see everyone just like going like, yeah, congratulations you two. Now let's have war about this wedding anniversary. And you just see Taiyo over there, over in the middle of it all with Mutsumi. Mutsumi's like, wow, really? Thank you, everyone. And Taiyo's like, yeah, thanks, but why is there so much tension going on here? And this is where we find out, like, oh yeah, it's because everyone just wants it to be like, yeah, I got the best present for them. I'm the big guy. No, I got the best present for them. But yeah, it starts off simple. So we have I just be like, oh wait, I drew this picture for you too. Here's you, Mutsumi, and here's you, Tao, and it looks absolutely nothing like them. But gosh darn it, she tried her best. We have Goliath, who's just woofing, but it actually translates out to what he actually said, which was, I made you bathe and wear cream couple bowls. Okay, how? Like, that's something I really want to know. Like, how does Goliath do half the stuff that he does? Well, I guess it's because they're a super spy family. He can do it. But I seriously want a chapter that just dedicated to Goliath finding out how he does half the stuff he does. And of course, Ayaka is just like, I knitted dolls of you two made from your hair, which I collected whilst cleaning. Yeah, there are some hairs that you should not do that for. And I think you all know what I'm thinking at here. That's right, the ones on the armpits, very unhygienic. In all seriousness, you guys know the ones I am probably referring to here, which I am not even gonna go there, because just the thought of that. Although the thought of it as well is even more creepy when you consider it's Ayaka, and she's probably made Taiyo's doll to be a voodoo doll, whereas Mutsumi, she's probably just gonna put in a glass container, or maybe Creature's gonna try and steal it. But yeah, this is where we get like, oh, it's because it's their paper anniversary, it's the first anniversary. So Taiyo and Mutsumi obviously got each other paper-based gifts. Taiyo got Mutsumi a diary, and and Mitsubi got Taiyo an album, like, oh, a photo album, and he's also questioning, like, wait a second, wouldn't you wanted accessories like jewelry or something? She's like, no, fine, we're gonna match everything, Taiyo, so you give me a paper-based gift, I'll give you a paper-based gift. As we see her listing off, like, the 3rd year anniversary, the 25th year anniversary, and the 50th anniversary, which, the 3rd year anniversary, I want to know exactly what they're going to, is Taiyo going to give Mutsumi some leather gloves? And is Mutsumi going to give Taiyo a leather jacket? Hey, I can see Taiyo wearing a leather jacket. But yeah, besides what, like, when I said milking franchises before, this is what I'm referring to. Yeah, let's not get the entire history of Taiyo Mutsumi, despite what this chapter actually suggests here. Like, oh, we're gonna see them when they're really old grandparents. So yeah, I don't think we need to see that. So yeah, let's not milk this franchise. I'm still gonna be going on my limb here and saying 400 minimum, 450 max. I feel like after that, yeah, we don't need to see the entire history. Although we're probably gonna get in the epilogue, but yeah, Mitsubi's just like, oh, see, each anniversary has a special name. This is the first one, so it's appropriate to give them each other paper gifts. And you see Koricho who's just standing there, just being like the really oddball out here of just being like, just being the gothic emo of just like, well, I have 1 year. A marriage is like a blank sheet of paper of which you write plans for the future. This paper gift is a dumb tradition from overseas. Just divorce already, because he's not the one who's having the anniversary with music. Just divorce already, you two. But if only. Fine, I'm just gonna go out. I'm just gonna go out here. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna go out here. But at the same time, you should divorce. And this is where Taiyo gets a little bit suspicious about it after. Creature says, oh yes, today's a totally average day with no special occasion. I should go to work. Which, by the way, begs the question, if you go to work, are you going to work as a spy, or are you going to work as a substitute teacher? Which is going to raise even more questions about people of like, wait a second, where are Taiyo and Mutsumi right now, Koricho? So yeah, continuing on, Koricho leaves, and then Taiyo's like, Koricho's acting normal at least, but no. This cannot be going wrong. Something is going on in his mind, but he doesn't. But he doesn't give two thoughts into it. So he's like, yeah, Koricho, something is going on with him. But that's besides the point. My main question is, why are these guys so intense? Which, like I said before, it's because it's a war for who can give the best person. As we have Futami being like, I'm gonna go first. I have created jumpers for you guys, so they're bulletproof, so you can wear, so they're safe to wear anywhere. And even though Mutsumi is just like, oh, thank you, Futaba, it's the greatest thing ever. Taiyo's just there sweating. But wait a sec. No, she doesn't. No, I thought Mutsumi had hearts in her eyes, but no, that's for later. But yeah, Taiyo's just sweating his both like sweating his face off, and he's just like, do we really have to wear these outside? Because this is sounding incredibly familiar. Sounding a little bit like you're trying to turn us into Momo and Ri here, Futaba, which no one wants to see Taiyo turn into Momo. That's a scary thought that no one wants to see. And Taiyo's just and Mitsubi's just like, oh, come on, Taiyo, it's not that bad. Let's wear these and go somewhere tomorrow. And he's just like, okay, if that's what you want, then guess we might as well do it. But I'm not wearing them on a mission. Not wearing them on a mission, Mitsubi. And Futsuba's just like, yeah, it's okay. I knew you'd be shy about it, but no, they're not shy. They're not shy about it. They're just like, yeah, this is great, but it's a bit too much. But Futaba doesn't care, as she's just like, oh, don't worry. And you just see this gigantic parcel, which is probably going to be the thumbnail of the video of just Futaba in front, and the parcel is just this gigantic array of jumpers or sweaters, whatever you want to call it, that they can use for the whole year, so they can pick and choose whenever they want it. So she basically made 365 300, so 5 times 5 10 6 12 So basically, like 730 sweaters for both of them, and you just see Tayo just their eyes just being like, okay, yeah, this is a bit too much food to me. So calm down, calm down. And she's like, when I was thinking of you two, I just couldn't stop myself, you know. And yeah, I thought that might happen. Before Mutsumi explains to Tail of what's going on, where it's like, unlike with birthdays, everyone gets to be on the gifting side of gifting today, and it's very competitive. It's like, even when they're just trying to be like, look, we're just giving you gifts, they still have to be like, no, I'm doing the best one, no, I'm doing the best one, I'm doing the best one. It's just hilarious how this family interacts with each other sometimes. And they're all just arguing, it's like, your present sucks, mine's the best. And it starts off with someone mess with someone else's present, and the battle over gift ideas escalates from there, which again I just find hilarious, because most of the time when you're buying gifts, you're just like, so what do you want? It's like, oh, I don't know. Just get me anything. Just get me this, that, whatever. And hardly anyone is just like having a war over gifts. But yeah, the Yozakura family is not just any ordinary family. I think we've pretty much established that. And she continues berating that when the gifts are a war in our family. It's been a while, so everyone's going a little crazy than usual. A little crazy when you have a giant present full of sweaters. Let's not turn this into a chapter like Witch Watch, where we get a jeans chapter every so often. Yeah, seriously, guys, anybody who doesn't read Witch Watch, there are chapters dedicated to talking about jeans. Like, imagine if that was happening here, but with sweaters. Nobody wants that. But yeah, we have Shion going on. We have Shinzo going on next, and he's like, unlike Futaba, I didn't fixate on junk. Okay, I doubt. Okay. She may have gone a bit overboard with the sweaters, but sweaters are not junk, Shinzo. I mean, you hardly wear anything on top. You are mainly just bare chest half the time, so you wouldn't know the value of a sweater if it hit you in the face. So it's not junk, Shinzo. Don't be bashing on the sweaters, because what if you need one in the winter? Mind you probably wouldn't need one, because your bullets would probably heat you up. But anyway, instead he wanted to make them something that would make their anniversary memorable, which was this giant ballistic missile of fireworks, which he was planning to set off. Yeah, he even has an elaborate display of it. Like, so it's for you two. I had to go all in on the parts, all the gunpowder, firepower, rainbow colours, and everything. And I was just gonna set it off inside the mansion. And they're like, you do realise that would destroy the mansion, Shinzo? Yeah, thinking in his brain of just like, what's the best present? Fireworks inside the mansion, and without thinking about, yeah, that's gonna be a little bit tricky for obvious reasons. So next up is Shion, and she's like, oh, you two were perfectly okay with all about style, but with all about size, but no style at all. Style is very important, which is why I've created for them some trinkets, keychains, and this is the first present where Ty was like, okay, this is actually quite normal here. I quite like this. Thank you, Shion. And Mitsubi's like, oh, they're matching. How lovely. But also, as well, they're designed to be GPSs installed in a satellite that is above the Earth, which has their faces on it, so they'll both know where each other is without even worrying about getting hacked. And they even come with matching GPS satellites as well. Like I said, they've got their faces on, which begs the question: how on earth is no one noticing this in the Earth's atmosphere? How is the government? Well, I guess the government is covering it up because it's the government and they're the best spy family that probably could be there. But so, how is no one else noticing the giant Taiyo Mutsumi satellites that are in space at the moment? Although they would be very useful, because if Taiyo Mutsumi gets captured now, they could be like, okay, we just have to contact their GPS where they are. Oh, they're right here as well, unless somebody can block it off. But seriously, how is no one noticing those satellites? And how did those satellites even get up there in the first place? I mean, I know Shion's smart, but I'm pretty sure she's not that smart. Well, yeah, she's probably not smart because of a balloon, but at the same time, building satellites to go into space, yeah, that is something like, okay, yeah, that's a bit far fetched if I ever heard it. But yeah, this part was the funniest coming up here with Keigo. This was the part that made me laugh the most, as he's like, oh, geez, Shion rants about size, and then her gives huge too, which yeah. Pretty obvious there. Like I think the satellite is bigger than the giant present of sweaters, but I digress. He goes like, "Oh, you guys just don't get it. Let me show you what's just right." And this where Tyler's like, "What is this?" And he gives them like basically free hug tickets or free I'll do anything tickets, but instead of it being that, it's 1 day Tyler ticket and 1 day Mutsumi ticket, which is basically like, okay, I know you two sometimes don't get to see each other, so just for 1 day, I'll take on the form of your partner and do anything you want. I'll give you a full 24 hours of comfort, maybe give you lap pillows and everything like that. Sneaky but shallow. It's too far simple. This is all the criticism that is getting like from everyone else, and Shion is just like, this is a play on the free shoulder massage ticket, and yeah, he said, I'll even sleep next to you, arm pillows, all you want, basically everything you want to get the love and support that you would have from your partner. Just leave that up to me. And this is the funniest part that I was getting up here. So while Ty was just like, no thanks, it's a nice thought, Kengo, but I am perfectly fine with my wife. Mutsumi, it's only one Mutsumi and no one can replace her. So while Tyler's being like really loyal to his wife, Mutsumi's just there, just being like, oh, arm pillows, eh? Oh, this is nice. Arm pillows from Tayo, even though it's not Tayo, whilst Tayo is standing right next to it. So it's like, Mutsumi, and even then, Mutsumi's just like, did I say that out loud? And Tao's just like, yeah, you did. Why, Mutsumi? I thought we were meant to be married. I thought we loved each other and trusted each other. And then you're doing that to me? What the heck? And she just makes up the worst excuse ever here, as Tao's just bawling his eyes out. She's like, I'm sorry, Tao, if it's the real you, I'm way too shy, I can't bring myself to ask. And she's doing it right like, oh, Tao, if it's the real you, I'd be shy to like, Mutsumi, you've been living with him for a year now. I think Tao can see through that. Yeah, that's a bogus excuse if I ever heard one. But yeah, and Kengo just wraps it up as lap pillows are also a-okay, Madam Masurio, and Mitsubi's like, I'll take 100, and Tao's like, what the heck? Yeah, I just love that. The fact that Tao is just like the most loyalist of husbands, and then the wife's just like, oh, but if it means getting 100 lap pillows off my husband, even though it's not my husband, yeah, I'll take it. She'll basically do anything as long as it has an image of Tayo on his face, showing how much of a simp she is for her husband, without actually being a simp for her actual husband himself. And I just find that absolutely hilarious. So now we come to the final member of the Yozakura siblings, Nanano. Now, knowing Nanano, it's probably something going to be grotesque and scary, but at the same time going to be something really creative. Which of course it is. Like I said, Nanano's like Mayuri from Bleach. And I would really love that now. Mayuri versus Nanano, who would win in a fight. So he's like, oh, I want to see both of you happy and forever. I am making an immortality potion for you. But it's not quite finished yet. And you just see him using a material for black magic arts. And, yeah, the youngest is delving into the forbidden arts here. And like I said, no, we don't want to milk this franchise, so don't give them the immortality potion. Although, makes me question if this is from if Ass is going to get his hands on it and become immortal himself. That, or maybe that's something that will be a plot point later, that the other heads of the Yozakura family take the immortality potion that Nano's making and basically make themselves immortal so they can keep fighting the Yozakura family. I'm getting off topic here. That it's something, just a theory that came to my head there, and I've got no evidence to back it up. But they go on and say everyone's just like, oh, you guys weren't half bad. Not that you topped me. It's been a while. Everyone went all out. Though none of you are. So basically, like complimenting each other but also saying that yeah, my present was still better than all of yours put together. Before we hear the doorbell ringing, as Tyler's wondering how on earth they're going to settle this, and they're just like, wait a sec, we don't normally get visitors. So, okay, I wonder who this is. And it turns out it's Kai. Again, still not got an explanation for how he survived the boat, but I guess we're not going to get that explanation now. But he's just like, oh, hey there, super speedy delivery service here. One package for the Yozakura. Basically, BSing his way of like, yeah, I'm being the delivery boy here for a package for the Yozakura family, but I know what it's for, so happy anniversary, Tayo. And he comes in and it shows that it's actually a bottle of wine with Mutsumi's name on it and also the name of her parents, as they're just like, yeah, 50 years is the golden anniversary, 60 years is the diamond anniversary, but the last one that's celebrated is the 85th anniversary, the wine anniversary, which is something I did not know. Like, I mean, how many couples have been married for 85 years? That is a legitimate question. Like, is there an actual couple that has been married for 85 years to the point that they've had to have a wine anniversary? And how do you go from gold to diamond to platinum to wine? How does that work? Like, seriously, can someone explain that to me in the comment line? I'm sure Party Jams will, because he's probably going to be watching this. No, he will be watching this. So Party Jams, can you explain how we go from gold to diamond to platinum to wine? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, so it's the wine, and it showed, and Mutsu was like, my name in the family quest, and it's explained that it's a vintage wine bought from the year you were born, Mutsumi, and it's a gift from the 9th generation to the 10th generation, which probably means that Tayo and Mutsumi are going to do something similar for when they actually have kids themselves. And this actually shocks both of them, because they're like, wait a second, they were planning that far in advance for me to receive that gift as one of my wedding anniversary presents. And Kai goes on to explain that there's a little bar in a corner of the Spy Association HQ. So is it like the Fullbringer bar from Bleach? And they were told, Kai was told that they talked to the bartender and had it arranged after they were born. So basically, it was like, okay, yeah, we've got this wine here. This is for our daughter when she gets married to her husband, whoever it may be. So we're gonna deliver this when the time is right. Which very sweet on Momo and Ray's part. Although it's probably more Ray's idea to do this rather than Momo's idea. And everyone's just like, whoa, is that even a thing? I never knew that was something that was actually done. So even the Yozakura siblings didn't know that this was actually a thing, and it's very interesting that even they don't know certain secrets in their immediate family, even in close knits. Like, I mean, they didn't know most secrets about Mo, but at the same time, something as trivial as this, they didn't even know about. Which begs the question: how much more trivial stuff do they don't know about? And this is where it's explained like, oh, don't thank me, I'm just the messenger boy. I told him to give it to you himself, but he said, and I quote, I'd rather that. So basically, this is Koricho's gift to them, to give them the bottle of wine that was, so it's probably left in Koricho's care from Momo and Riyadh. It was like, okay, when Mutsumi gets married, give her the wine at her wedding anniversary, and Koricho's probably like, no, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to be the one to marry Mutsumi. You all know that, everyone knows that, and probably everyone's just like, oh, Koricho just being Koricho again. No, you are giving her wine to her husband, not you, Koricho. And he was just like, fine if I have to do it, but I'm not going to do it myself. I'm going to have someone do it for me. And this is where we get Kai being the delivery boy. But at the same time, yeah, this is as nice a gift that Koricho's going to give to Tayo. Just like, yeah, you can have this vintage wine with Mutsumi, but I'm not going to be there to drink it with you. Let's just make it clear, Tayo. Okay, and it goes on to say, it was entrusted to me. I'm just passing it to its rival. Yeah, it was. So yeah, it was entrusted to him by Momo and Ri, and again, he probably made a big song and dance about it being entrusted to him because he isn't being given to him to be a wedding anniversary gift to between him and Mutsumi, which. Okay, Koricho, you need to get out of that aspect ASAP. I mean, I know it's your quirk, for lack of a better word, but at the same time, yeah, you need to tone it down. I was giving you praise last year for not being as creepy as before, but yeah, still being very creepy here, but at the same time being as sweet as you can possibly be. And the bartender, because Koricho is at the bar now, probably drowning in his sauce, just like, knew this day was coming, but I didn't want it to come. And the bartender's like, "Oh, looks like you were in a good mood today, Koricho." And he's like, "No, it's the worst day of my life. And they're like, how is that? So we get a flashback to Koricho possibly giving glasses as a wedding anniversary gift to Momo and Ri. And we see him just smiling, and it's just like, probably him thinking like, even though this is the worst day, I can't help but feel a sense of pride at my sister and her husband, much as it pains me to do that. And Taiyo and Mutsumi are just like, "Oh, Koricho, we know what you did for us, so thank you for that." So yeah, a really sweet moment. Everyone agrees here, like, yeah, it looks like Koricho won this one, and yeah, clearly, but Chion's just not having any of it. It's just like, no fair. All he did was swipe Mom and Dad's gift, and they're like, "No, yeah, you're right. It wasn't any fair." So I love how they're just like, "Yeah, Koricho wins." It's just like, "No, he not. He cheated." It's like, "Yeah, he definitely cheated," which is just hilarious to think about. And of course, this being Mission Yozakura family, as we're having a really happy, cheery slice of life moment, a certain little darkness sort of throws in for the cliffhanger of the chapter. So we have Mutsumi saying, 84 years to go. Let's both do our best to live as long as we can. Like, yeah, you're going to be over 100. Like, oh my god. Even though I would potentially like to get married in the future, 84 years is a long time. Which, by the way, yeah, that's gonna not come back to bite me later if this gets discovered by if I ever get married, who my wife is. But yeah, Tayo's just like, yeah, 102 years, huh? I'm not sure I'd still have much hair or teeth. I don't know. I mean, if Rose from the film Titanic can look normal, have hair and have teeth at the age of 101. I'm sure you can, Tayo. But no matter how you look at it, you'll always be amazing. So that's a nice thing for Mutsumi to say, even though a couple of panels ago she was just mentioning like, "Oh, you look amazing to me, yeah, but I'm still going to get lap pillows someone disguises you." But yeah, we round up the chapter with the doorbell ringing again, and they're just like, "Huh, so enough for delivery?" And Kai's just like, "No, it's not from me. Maybe someone ordered something for us." And yeah, it's probably someone did order something to them. It's Tsubumi, as Tsubumi is dropped in front of the door, and she's just withering away with the flowers profusely off her, and that's where the chapter ends. So yeah, really good slice of life chapter with a massive "what the hell is going on" moment here. Now, this is probably Asa's deal. Like, he's probably being like, "Okay, so for you to understand just exactly what I'm all about, here's the original head of the family. Gonna throw in front of it, find out what you can find out about me from her, see where you can go from there." So yeah, this is probably Asa's work here. He's probably just dumped her and then just disappeared into thin air. Now, what this actually means, I do not know. It might be a reference. It might be something akin to what Momo left behind with Tayo at the end of the fight with him, and when he was kidnapped by Asa. That remains to be seen. But yeah. Really good, fun slice of life chapter celebrating the anniversary of Tayo and Mutsumi, and also leaving us on, like I said, that massive cliffhanger, which can just lead us to just about so many other questions like, why is she here? Who left her here? And for what purpose? Just all these questions running in ahead, and setting up the next plot point of the series. So I'm glad that we haven't spent a lot of time on just the slice of life chapters, even though I kind of part of me wanted that to happen. But like I said, nice that we're getting back into the plot and thinking about, okay, where the next plot point, plot storyline is actually going to come from this. So yeah, what did you guys think of this chapter? Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And this will be Lasherluke signing off. Later, guys.